Hello and welcome to new Mr. Green VR video. Today we're starting off with a warm-up round with our sword and the 2011 from the Terran Tactical DLC. We're gonna play a little bit of more map and then see where it takes us from there. I just need to put this one away because we don't need it right now. And yeah, I've got very minimalistic stuff with me, some NRSs, Promodor 6B helmet and JPC2 chest rig for the missions, and we'll see us in the raid. So it's a pretty bad starting point, I guess, because it's nothing else or nothing much to loot. But we will make the best out of it, I guess. Normally there's only a little bit of loot behind this counter, or else there's no room or something. We're right in between of the insurance and the vault, red vault, so it's pretty bad to start, especially if we start like we do it a lot of times with just a pistol as a warm-up. So maybe it could be a very quick round. We are going to see it. Okay. Normally there's someone coming at least from the right or from the left, rushing to purple or just going up the stairs to the second floor. Just gonna rotate behind the counter to have a little bit of coverage, I guess, and maybe we see someone at least. Okay, looks clear to me. No one on the right. Okay, I guess we go a little bit further to the right. Hopefully there are some Timmies to fight. Here's some footsteps on the left of me. Okay. Just squeeze past this entrance. Maybe hide behind this corner because there's someone on my left. And I don't know if anyone's on the right. So maybe we'll like of course. But he got in the scar and I just got a pistol, so a little bit unlucky, but maybe could have been lucky, I guess. So back in bunker, no loot, nothing. Just let me think what we're gonna do. Take some NRSs, and I will make my new equipment ready and bring you back once I have everything in place and I'm ready to start the new round. See you soon. So I decided to take the Glock with the new Easter skin and also an M4 with me in this round. This time I thought maybe we should need something better, something bigger. Yeah, we're going to still play on the war map, but I thought maybe a little bit better equipment should let us live a little bit longer. We will see if it's actually going to work, but that's the plan here. Alright, there we are. Okay, something bugged under the ground, but hopefully it wasn't something important. Oh, the mech is missing, of course. I guess that's what's under the ground, but luckily we got enough spare ones, I guess. Okay, want to see, that's pretty good. Let's look behind the counter, see if everything's still empty like it usually is. maybe there's someone coming around the corner. We will see. Okay, let's push a little bit forward. Be a little bit brave. I don't hear anyone around except from scavs, but you never know. Okay, let's just push to the red keycard room in this direction. See if we can find anything nice in the boxes, but of course they're empty, like always. At this spot we died last round, so that's why we're hoping it won't happen again. So let's have a look what's inside this box. A little bit of water. Not bad. I actually forgot to bring a bottle of water with me, so it's pretty nice that we got one right now. Let's take a look into this shop. All the boxes are still closed. Just put this little bits and bobs away. Nobody behind there. So probably no one spawned on this spot either. Glock mag. Always nice. Nothing interesting here. I'll leave the notebook. Okay, maybe someone's behind there? No. Good. What's inside here? Nothing. I mean, we take the money, take the grenade, but not what we would want to have right now. Okay, maybe around the corner? Nobody? Nice. Some muesli bars, PC fan, spark plugs. I mean, it gives some Karunas. Isn't great, but could be worse, I guess. Chica, pretty nice gun in my opinion, but because of the very small magazine capacity, I don't usually take it into the raids because it's not very usable, in my opinion. Just calibrate the screen again. For some reason it always just doesn't apply the settings I do in the raids before, so we have to do it another time. Maybe it's a bug, maybe I'm doing something wrong, maybe you can tell me what I'm doing wrong here. Okay, extracts are open. Haven't seen anyone or heard any shots, so probably there's no one around in this raid, which means that there's probably not gonna be a lot of PvP, but maybe we can get a little bit of PvE action in this round and maybe find a GPU or something other out of interest. However, missing. Okay. Let's just try it again. Where is he? Okay, disappeared. Okay, let's take them for. Don't want to waste my health for some scavs. course they went the other way around. But no big problem. Health is still looking pretty good. But I guess we're just gonna fill it a little bit up. Use the Prometheus. And I mean, we took it in the raid. Why shouldn't we use it, right? Okay. Next one. Who will be the lucky next one to eat some brass? Okay. Of course, it was the last round of the magazine. Just change the max. Okay. Put a new one inside. And reload our trusty Easter Glock. The fact that they are doing a lot of Twitch drops is pretty nice, at least in my opinion. Cosmetics are always a thing. Somebody likes them, somebody hates them, but I personally don't think that's a big problem. I mean, if they're making the visibility better, and of course we find the Game Boy nice. Easy 20k Coronas if we make it out. So, yeah. Weapon skins, in my opinion, are pretty neat. Just a little bit of a personal touch, and yeah. I mean, in reality, there are also people with a lot of fancy guns and fancy colors, so I don't see any problem with adding new skins and making the ball a little bit more colorful. Put the RAM stick away. This one in there, yes, nice. And I guess we put this on our M4. I usually like the laser sights, but they're becoming pretty rare, I guess. At least in the last wipe they were pretty rare, so I don't take them too often to raid, but they're very helpful tools and they look pretty cool. Maybe there's someone around. Spawn back in? No. Okay. So let's look in Adios. Check the boxes. Normally there's good stuff in this shop, but you never know. No one in here. And it looks like nobody spawned in here as well. Okay, another empty box. Take the spark plug. Some money is always great if it actually fits in the backpack and not fall around. Gunpowder. I mean, the package is pretty big, but as long as we have the space, why shouldn't we use it? Okay. Nothing really interesting here. Let's get spawned back in. So a little bit target practice, I guess. Nothing interesting in there. Nice NRS. I guess they're gonna become way more rare to find in raid, but we were gonna see. I mean, now there are 3 opinions or 3 options to find in raid, so it's probably becoming way more rarer than we normally have the analysis. Okay, let's take the phones, some money, and I guess we would change or take the AK. We can put it down there and just wield the M4. Nothing in here. I guess we would check Saha, and then we're probably gonna check downstairs if there's maybe a GPU spawn, and gonna get out of raid, I believe. At least that's the plan. We're gonna see if it would or will actually happen, but yeah. Airworth chest rig. Not really interesting. What's inside here? More water. Okay, let's have a look. No, hydration is okay. Let's just fit it inside the backpack. Maybe. Okay. No one to see. Grip, nice. Some layers. And a scope for Glock, nice. Maybe I will hit more shots if I use the scope. Okay, no one over there. No one spawned back in. Let's just watch what's inside the last box, and of course nothing much, but we'll take it. Some chocolate, always nice. Mac, good for IP. And let's just put the helmet there. I normally forget that I have the space, so as soon as I find a helmet, I put it just there, so that there's not a wasted spot on my backpack. Okay, they probably spawned back in, but I don't really want to bother fighting them. Let's just squeeze past. Hope nobody sees us. And let's just head down into the basement. Hopefully we find a keycard or a GPU and nobody looted it. I mean, we haven't seen or heard anything this whole raid, so it's probably a ghost raid again. But I think after a few hot fixes, probably the ghost raids are gonna end. At least I'm happy that I don't have the problem like a lot of people have, that they get thrown out of raid, lose all their stuff, and yeah, that would suck way more. This room is empty like always, but maybe there's something interesting inside here. Just close the door, nobody comes too quickly, or at least the door is in the way. And the grip, nice. Buff we take. And the tape measure also. I mean, we have enough space to fit all of this. No keycard, sadly. But another side. I think they're gonna have to fix this side too, because I don't think that I'm able to hit like anything since the update. But at least we got a new upgrade to our M4, nice suppressor. Some of the attachments. I mean, let's just take the grenade too if it fits. And this one we're gonna eat like right away because our stomach is starting to grumble in a few minutes probably. Okay. I mean, it wasn't really worth the risk if it would be a normal raid, but because it's a ghost raid, I think it's maybe worth the risk. I don't know. It's a little bit disappointing that we don't have a lot of PvP in this raid, but at least we find some good stuff, some NRSs, good attachments, nice guns, and just stack up our bunker. Get some money, like we always need to do. Okay, let's just rearrange them, because the angle grip is way better with the recoil than the standard grip. And just check this 2 rooms before we head out. Okay. Pistol holster we take. A22 we don't take, like always. I mean, it's like wearing no armor, so... Oh, walkie-talkie, nice. Since there's always some missions or tasks where we have to bring them with us, it's always nice to find them early so that you can stack them in your bunker when you need them for the missions. Okay, let's just see if it's gonna fit. The grenade is in the way. But I think at least we found some good things, like the Game Boy. It's always nice to find some streamer items. Okay, finally it fits. Maybe we can get the rest to fit too. Looks pretty promising. Maybe. Okay. Put the hammer back in its spot. Okay. Another scope. Scopes are always worth taking with you in the out of raid, at least in my opinion. They're normally pretty small, except for the OK7, I guess it's called, or OKP7. It's pretty large, but the rest is normally pretty small, at least for visors that are not magnified. But I think we're gonna get out. There's probably no big shops to loot. Let's just make sure that we don't get shot where we wanna get out. And oh my god, a spear in a normal box. Like, what are the odds? What the hell? Nice. I guess it's our thumbnail. I believe it's also the first time that I got a spear out of a normal box just laying around. And the last wipe I just got them out of some purple rooms, but not in a normal box. But I'll take it. Nice. Okay. Let's find a good place to put this baby in. Of course, we don't have the level 3 room unlocked, but I guess we will just put it right in the center of this gun wall, and the AK just somewhere. Now we're gonna fill up our magazines, put the attachments away, sell our stuff, and see what we're gonna have in our profit, I guess. Let's just take the suppressor off. It's our first one, and it falls through the ground, maybe? I don't know. Let's hope we can retrieve it later when we change to the market or go somewhere else. Like every wipe, I'm thinking about a new way to put all this stuff in a sensible way. Last wipe I also got the attachments and scopes on this one, but I'm not too sure if I'm gonna do it again, especially because the new hitboxes of the scopes make it pretty hard to stack them, at least some of those. I'm gonna keep this one. So I'm not too sure if I'm gonna make it or rearrange it the same way like last wipe. So our first walkie-talkie, let's put it to the side, like I said, for the missions when I got enough. And just put all those little bits and bobs in our conveyor and see what kind of profit we made. Okay, smoke grenades I don't really keep. I mean, there are some situations where they are pretty helpful, but those are so, or the odds for a situation where you can actually utilize one are so minimal that I don't really take them into raid, because I would prefer having a little bit more space in my backpack than just taking a smoke grenade I don't really utilize in any raids. This NRS I'm gonna put on those over here, because sometimes there are some tasks where you need to turn in some NRSs that you found in raid, because they're probably gonna be way less common to find in raid. I think it's worth just sticking them up in the bunker. Okay, let's just make some ammo to fill up the magazines. And we're gonna see us after I filled up all my necessary stuff, and we're ready for the next raid. So let's just see what the last raid of the day is gonna bring us. What's gonna happen? I hope it won't be a ghost raid, but if it's gonna be one, I hope at least we're gonna find something pretty nice to end the day and also end the video. Okay, nobody spawned over there. Not really what I hoped for, but I think our patience is maybe gonna reward us. just recalibrate the compass again. Just a little bit of stuff. RAM slot, charging adapter. No one over here. So it's probably gonna be another ghost raid again. Okay. I think we're gonna take a similar route to the last raid, I guess. Just checking out the interesting parts, because you probably not really want to see the same route all over again. I'm just gonna speed up the footage of the not really so interesting parts and just leave you some PvE or anything interesting happening in this raid, and speed up the rest of the process, so that you don't really have to watch like any part of this video hearing me complain about all the empty boxes and what we find. So let's see what we're gonna get. There are the skies. Maybe I'm gonna hit my shots better than last round this time. I mean, maybe it's a little bit better than the last raid, but I don't think that I can be proud of it. So I think I need to practice a little bit more until I'm able to get like the further away shots to actually count. So let's just look pretty quickly inside of those boxes until the next scav arrives. Just a smoke grenade. Nobody spawned back here like expected. We don't really take this, but yes, we got 2 more boxes to check. Anchovies we don't really need. Nothing interesting there, but an MP5. Not bad. Some attachments, some scopes. Okay. Put this there. And then I think we're gonna put the MP5 down there. Smoke grenade. I don't really use them a lot, but maybe we can. Okay, this watch doesn't work when you have something in this hand. I put it away. Okay, health is still looking good. Food and water also. Okay. The red dot is pretty much in the way, so we're gonna switch around the scopes. Okay, let's speed up the process again. Take a look at some boxes and see if we find some GPU or maybe a Game Boy in the tech store. Nothing interesting here, just a big bottle of water, always nice to take with you if you have enough space. Okay. just save this and get the bullets out. And no GPU. Okay. Not a big problem because we got a few of those in the last video, but also a little bit disappointing. No one in there. No GPU in there. Okay, let's just check vein. Normally there's not too much good stuff in here, but I guess why shouldn't we just check it out? Okay, I think we will dual scope it here just to save this one extra spot for the flashlight, of course. I knew that we're gonna find one. Okay. No one behind here. Because I heard at least some footsteps, I think the Scav respawn, so we're gonna try if it actually works as great as you think with a smoke grenade, at least against the Scav. He hasn't shot yet, but he shoots when we shoot him. So even though he shouldn't be able to see us when we shooting him, he's gonna shoot back, regardless if he sees us or not. So let's just check this shop. Put some little stuff we're gonna find in here. Heal up after our little meeting with this Scav in a smoky room. I do think that they should bring back the collision inside of the backpack too. So not just the outside, but also the components itself. Like before the backpack changed, there were at least a haptic feedback if you hit something else, so that you know something is in the way, you cannot store it away in your backpack. And I think it was way better than just waiting and looking for the red indicator to disappear. A haptic feedback or a collision system inside all the items inside of the backpack would be way better than what we have right now. Okay. As I mentioned, we're gonna take this same route as the last raid. Just need to store a little bit of those things inside our backpack. Checking a few boxes. Removing a Scav from the map. Okay, don't really. Okay, this one is not as empty as the other one, so maybe we take both, or okay, we just switched out. Maybe. Ah, we can fit both. Nice. One Scav. Okay, magazine's empty. Two Scavs. So gonna be a third one. Lucky third. Whew. This was pretty close because I wasn't expecting and wasn't paying any attention to the steps around me, because there are multiple levels. Sometimes you confuse the steps and think it's above you or below you, and they're right next to you, so that's pretty big fail on my side, but luckily we didn't die to a few scavs. Maybe just heal up to 100%, because you never know what's gonna happen behind the next corner. Okay, bag is full, just check this. Nice. Full package of Promedol. Especially after we used up all our Promedol a few seconds ago. Okay, let's just check the second box. Is nice. NRS. That's what we want to see. And let's just head. Okay. Maybe we're gonna try to get another kill with our Glock. Just for the missions. And now let's just head down into the basement. See if we're gonna find maybe GPU, something else, something nice. Maybe a player for some PvP, but I don't think, or maybe the hopes are not too high to find a player, but let's just take a look. No GPU in here, and nothing is here as well. But there's probably gonna be something nice in here, right? Maybe? Okay, let's just close this door. Nothing inside the box, of course. Oh. What do we gonna have here? Nice purple keycard. Now I'm debating whether we are gonna use it right in this raid or not. Maybe just check the watch in a few seconds after we store away the loot we wanna take with us. I guess I would change it out right over there. Gonna take the magazines as long as we don't have them overflowing in our bunker. I normally take the one or the magazines we use quite frequently, and the Glock's always a nice gun to have. Okay, nice purple keycard. I think because the raid is pretty far, I don't think that we're gonna risk chasing the time just to get the purple vault, but I can promise that we're gonna run some purple vaults or maybe other vaults in the near future, probably, hopefully. So if you want to see those, just need to watch one of my next videos, hopefully. Okay, let's just speed up this part again. Okay, heading out of the basement now, just taking a look at the time, but I think we're not gonna have enough time to loot the purple vault, so we're just gonna get out of this raid, take what we got, and choose the wise way to just leave before we run against the time and leave everything behind, because the time is up and we don't make it out of the raid in time. Nothing interesting in here. I think we're just gonna take the rope for once because we have our hand free and just end the raid. Got a few scav kills. Like the last video, we didn't get a lot of PvP, but I think this will change in future when the servers are gonna run properly. But I don't want you to miss out of the first few wipe videos, even though, or videos after wipe, even though they're maybe not as interesting to watch. Maybe I'm wrong, but we're just gonna sell the rest of this. And yeah, like usually, if you like the video, feel free to leave a like or maybe a follow even if you want to see some more, maybe some purple raids or other keycard rooms in the future. As far as I can tell you right now as I'm editing the video, there are a few pretty interesting videos coming in the pretty near future. So at least in my opinion it's worth to follow, but I don't want to pressure you. It's your choice. But thank you for watching the video and have a nice rest of your day, I guess. See you in the next video. Goodbye.